Well, good afternoon, my stitchy friends. I am just jumping on for a little bit today to do this video to say thank you to some of the most generous, kind people in the floss tube community. There's a little bit of a story that goes with this, and some of you that are new here don't know the story behind this video. So let me explain a little bit. Back in 2002, I was having trouble with my vision. And it was at the point where I could not see to stitch on the higher count fabric. I couldn't see to stitch on 22 count, let alone 30, 32, 40, which was my all-time favorite, 45, or any of those fabrics. I got very down in the dumps about it, was very upset, to the point that I rehomed several projects that were started on those fabrics, and I literally gave away, yes, gave away all my fabric that was of those counts because I seriously felt like I was never going to be able to stitch on that again. Yeah. Well, lo and behold, I happened to change eye doctors because I really wasn't happy with the eye professional that I was going to at the time. I was not happy because of the care I was getting, and I felt like the exam was pretty slipshod. Less time spent examining my vision, more time spent yakety-yakketing about herself and her personal life and her business, and that just isn't, it just should not have been that way. Let's suffice it to say that. So, given that, I changed eye professionals. Thank heavens I did. As it turned out, I was teetotally in the wrong prescription glasses. Imagine that. So I got the correct prescription glasses, and things started to improve. But in the meantime, when I was giving away all my fabric and was rehoming my projects, I was working on Long Dog Sampler's Pandemic. And Jules, if you see this video, that is a most fabulous design. And the fact that you gave it away at that point in time, free of charge, and many of us downloaded it, I am eternally grateful to you for that. So thank you so, so very much. It happened that one of my subscribers, Susan, contacted me and said, "Oh, Karen, you don't want to give Pandemic away. That one needs to be finished and you need to keep that." And I thought, well, yeah, I do not want to necessarily give that away, but I don't know that I can see to finish it. Well, Susan kindly, ever so kindly, offered to organize. Basically what it was a round robin of sorts. And she put out some feelers to find people that wanted to contribute some stitching time to this to my pandemic, and quite successfully accomplished that, and quite successfully organized it, kept track of things, kept the piece moving. I just can't thank her enough. I just don't have words. I just don't have words to explain how this has made me feel. Then, as a lot of you know, who have been here and following me for quite some time, know that I got my, what I call, and my daughter has called, my scientific glasses. And those were my glasses from Craft Optics, which have been a total godsend. Now that I can, my prescription itself has been fixed, corrected to the point that I can see so much better. And I have my Craft Optic glasses to help me stitch. I can stitch on anything again. So what I did was I contacted Susan, well, what, maybe, I don't remember, Susan, 2 months ago or something, something to that effect, and said if she was having trouble getting people to work on the project or had exhausted everybody that she has and wanted to send it back home, that I would be fine with that, that I would then finish the project myself, and more than happy to do that, and eternally grateful to all the stitchers that have so willingly and generously dedicated their time. So this video, my dear friends, is to thank all of you for everything that you have done to get this project as far along as it is, because there really isn't that much to finish. So that's the story of Pandemic, and that's the story of a group of women who have so generously given me a random act of kindness in finishing this sampler. You know, there are still good and wonderful people out there, and I really felt the need to recognize each and every one of them and be able to express my thanks to them for spending a lot of time working on this project. It was started going around in 2022, and it is now, April of 2024. So it had its travels. Now, I do not think it went overseas. My understanding is the stitchers that worked on it are all in the United States. And that's fine. That's fine. I can understand. I know there were people overseas that would have loved to stitch on it. And yet the other side of me can understand the reluctance to send things across the pond, just because of the way the mail is. I know I have had problems with the US mail, so I can understand, and my heart feels bad for those of you who are overseas that wanted to help. But do know that I certainly am very, very appreciative of your willingness to do so. Like I said, this has just warmed my heart. I have no words. I don't think there are words to express how grateful I am to each and every one of you. So since I did not have words to express, what I did is made about a 3 to 4 minute video that I am going to put in here and show you that. And there are pictures of the progress all along the way until it came back to me. There is a Facebook group that Susan has that was just for the people who worked on the project. So what I am going to do is post pictures in that group as I finish it, and I will also post pictures on Instagram and show you progress on my YouTube channel. So keep looking for them. So Fred might get a little bit neglected because I really feel like this needs to get finished sooner rather than later. And I think maybe I can do both of them this year. So we shall see. We're going to try. Pardon my coughing. I'm still not over this crazy cold. So with that, my friends, do know that from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you. And you will all hold a very, very special place forever. What can I say? I'm going to get teary, so I'm not going to say any more. What I'm going to do is I am going to show you the video, and I will be back at the end before we leave. So hang on there, hang in there. Here it comes. Did they not do an absolutely fabulous, fantastic job? And that last picture is how it returned to me. So that is all that I have to finish. It will take a little bit of time, but it's not going to take near that long. I think I can do it in a reasonable amount of time and get both Pandemic and Fred finished this year. So that will be the goal. So once again, to all of you that have worked on this project, you have my most sincere, grateful thanks. And it just goes to show how this community can band together and do something wonderful for someone. And thank you so, so, so very much. There's a lot of kindness and generosity here, and I hope this community stays that way, because it is a very fun place to be. And I thank all of you, and I thank each and every one of you that subscribes to the channel. Thank you for hanging out with me and putting up with all the bloopers and all the stuff that happens here. So with that, my friends, I'm going to say, until the next video, enjoy your stitching. There is no right and there is no wrong way. And live your best dash. Thanks again. Bye-bye for now, and see you next time.